Okay, this is Ringwalk Media over at Ricky Hatton's gym. We've got the Stingray with us, Bradley Rae. Good to see you, mate.
How you doing, mate? Good to see you.
Nice to see you back and looking. Yeah, you've got the same colour on as me today.
Come round here. Come show everyone. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Show your copy of my jacket.
Copy of your jacket. Cheat Mill's been shut down, mate, so you know this is real. So listen, good to see you back in the gym properly and hand all healed up.
Yeah, mate. I've been signed off by the hospital, and yeah, mate. Obviously, I've been in the gym regular basis, but just been waiting to get signed off before we start planning and stuff. And like from today, really, starting camp, mate. You know, I've been back on the finishers, back on the meal plan today, and back sparring this week. So you know, this week's kind of the start of things of you know, getting back on track.
So there's only one Big Mac now.
What's that?
Yeah.
Nah, just get single cheeseburger instead of double.
So listen, what's the plan? Are you going to try and get yourself out as soon as possible? I've heard there's little rumours that Eubank Smith might be going on some point in June. Is that maybe a target for you?
If it's on me, I'll be ready. I'll be there. Like you say, I've not sparred yet, but getting back sparring this week. You know, I think I'm gonna come back for a 6-rounder. So June time, mid-June time, should be plenty of time. And like I say, get back to winning ways, and then I want to get myself back in the mix.
I'll tell you what, I watched you this morning hitting the bags and so on. I don't think I've ever seen you hit as hard. You didn't really seem to sort of be coming back with a bit of a vengeance, mate.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like you say, it's been over the past few weeks. I have been pulling my shots a little bit over the last 2 weeks or so. I've been feeling like I can throw it in now. I don't even give it a second thought. I don't have to pull it. You know, I can throw it in full power and. Obviously got a few extra pounds behind me, so it might be a little bit more power knocking about there.
Well, listen, we won't talk too much about the previous fight. We've got to go there and ask you about it. You didn't seem like yourself, probably right the way through until the 9th round, but you did break your hand, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, I've heard a lot of people kind of say about my hand and using it as an excuse for why I lost, but to be honest, I don't think I broke my hand until the 9th round, so there's no excuse there. You know, Tyler was well up before that point anyway. Don't think it made too much of a difference, but like I say, you know, I watch it back and I know what I'm capable of, and you know, I know it wasn't the best me in the ring on that night, and you know, a lot of people are probably going to judge me off that performance and write me off from that performance, and you know, I hope they do, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to prove them all wrong.
Well, I think that 9th round, you nearly had him, and I think it was the referee that kind of took the point off Tyler that stopped the momentum that maybe meant you could have finished him. Yeah,
you know, I think it was probably the worst possible moment it could happen for me. You know, I know I hit him with a body shot. You know, Tyler said himself that he was trying to hold on, trying to buy some minutes, but I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think it was worthy of a point being taken off. It's probably the first time he held during the fight, and although I had him and like it was probably intentional what he was doing, you know, I don't think it was worthy of a point off. A break and box on, but I've probably played into my hands a little bit better. But you know, these things happen. Like I say, you can't make excuses, can't go pointing fingers. Should have just done it from the first round, and you know, probably wouldn't have had that problem.
And fair play, Tyler's gone on, pretty much destroyed Brad Pauls, didn't he? You know, he had a very, very dominant performance. And another fight again on 6th of May. He's back out again, Tyler, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's been busy, which is one thing when I spoke to him after the fight. He was saying how he'd been a bit inactive and not been as busy as he'd like. So fair play to him. You know, he puts on a show. He's entertaining to watch. People are going to want to watch him. So if he's ready to fight, you know, he'll keep jumping in there. And for me, the fight with McCauley is a great matchup. I think it's probably the first time in a long while Tyler's probably going in as the heavy favourite, and you know, it could be, you know, it could be a little bit of a banana skin if he looks over McCauley, because you know, I've known McCauley a long time, and you know, he can fight. He's done a good run of form at the moment.
He'll literally fight anyone, McCauley, won't he?
Yeah, don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck. You know, like the two top kids, and I wish them both the well, and wish them both the best, and yeah, I'll be tuning in. It's going to be a good fight.
Well, listen, talking of fights, a lot of boxing over the weekend. Some really, really good matchups, some good wins, some crazy losses. Babbage in the first round. Everyone expected that to be a war, but it was about 1 minute 30 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't catch it, but I seen the stoppage, and you know what? He gets a lot of stick at Babbage. I'm a big Babbage fan. I like him. I put off him out. He's funny, but yeah, I just think, you know, with his style, it was maybe coming at some point, and you know, it just kind of caught up with him.
Come back to these shores, and obviously Joe Cordina proved his worth, and two-time world champion now. A great win over Rakimov.
Yeah, great fight, great fight. You know, they're the type of fights. You know, I was sat watching it with mates, and I was just saying like, you know, this is why I love boxing. It was just mint. It was so back and forth and close fight, but you know, I think Joe was the worthy winner.
And another fight that kind of didn't go under the radar but wasn't spoken about as much was Jordan Thompson's fight. As his first fight under new trainer Tony Sims, just a huge different performance. He looked so good, Jordan.
Yeah, you know, I've got a lot of time for Jordan. He's a good mate of mine from my neck of the woods, Wellacre boy from my high school. So yeah, I've got a lot of time for Jordan, and you know, I'm always rooting for him when he's on. And he hits hard. He's a big boy, and in that weight, you know, it's a very tough weight. But if he lands on any of him, you know, I think they're going to sleep.
I mean, it was a totally different performance to the last one. The last one, in his own words, he was hanging on. You know, he was very lucky the bell came at the time it did. And this performance, just a typical Tony Sims performance. Very calculated, very clever. I mean, the end result was a great finish. And I think to Jordan now, he's probably going to go on and do some really good things, isn't he?
Yeah, you know, fights like that, like you say, had a bit of a wobble in his last fight, but they're the fights that you learn for, and you know, you come through and you win, or like in my case, you know what I mean, you don't get the nod, but you go back to the drawing board, you learn from them, and in your next fight, you know, you show the improvements, you look where you've gone wrong, and you obviously come back better, which is what Jordan's done, and you know, that's what I'll be looking to do in my next fight.
And of course, early hours of Sunday morning was Gervonta Davis and the King, Ryan Garcia. A fight pretty heavily tipped for, you know, Davies to win, and he did. It was a cracking fight.
You know what I've been saying for weeks, I've not been looking forward to a fight like this for ages. One of the biggest fights, and don't very rarely get up for fights, but I'm getting on. I got sat there and I was like, oh, I was going to watch it in the morning. Yeah, couldn't be hard getting up, to be honest. But you know, as soon as I woke up, like that, got on YouTube, got the highlights up, didn't see the result, and you know, Davis is just, you can't, one little mistake you make with Davis, and you know, he makes you pay. That second round, you know, it was one little moment of, you know, letting his concentration slip by Garcia, and he just jumped on it, and that division's class. You know, I want to see Tank now. I want to see in that lightweight division, mixing it at lightweight with the best, no rehydration. You know, I want him to get in there and kind of, you know, that although it was a great win, I think it'll always have that question mark over it now. Like I think he's a lightweight, and I think he just needs to compete at lightweight, do it right, weigh in, and you know, I think it's not like he's not capable of beating the top people at lightweight without them restrictions on him. And like I said, there's so many good fights for him to be made.
Now listen, there was a fight that was about to be announced. Jazza Dickens, Josh Warrington. We understand that Jazza Dickens had agreed to all the terms that Josh wanted, and then right at the last minute, Josh has decided he's going to go and fight an unranked fighter. What's going on there, man?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. To be fair, I've seen them back and forth on Twitter and stuff. Great fight, two top lads. I think it'll be a great clash of styles, but like I say, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. A lot of other people don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and you know, it's hard to kind of judge from say a fan's position. You know, reading what they're seeing on Twitter.
Surely that's a fight that, you know, from a public's point of view, we'd want to see. Two really good fighters. One's a current IBO world champion, other a two-time former world champion. Both of them needing a good fight to get perhaps in contention for an eliminator. I don't understand why that fight's not been made.
Yeah, you know, it's a great matchup. It's a fight I'd like to see. I'm sure it's a fight you'd like to see. I'm sure it's a fight a lot of people would like to see. But, and again, mate, we're talking about boxing, aren't we? And when is it ever that simple, you know what I mean? There's loads of fights that we all want to see, and, you know, they take years to be made, unfortunately. And, you know, is that saying something that as a boxing fan you just kind of expect that now? It's a shame, but, you know, it's just the way the sport is.
Wilson, back to yourself. It's really good to see you back in full form. I mean, in yourself, how are you actually feeling? You feeling like motivated and really sort of raring to go now?
Yeah, mate. You know, I've missed it. I'm loving being back in the gym, and I'm not gonna lie, mate. First couple of months after the fight, you know, it was hard. Obviously, I'd like to get back to things. I had the injury, it was a bit up and down, mate. wasn't really enjoying being in the gym. I was in the gym, but wasn't really enjoying being in the gym, and it was tough, man. I'm not gonna lie, it was difficult, but back in the swing of things now. I'm loving being in the gym, and like I said, mate, I'm ready to kind of get back in there, and all them people that have kind of wrote me off and said, right, that's my ceiling now. I'm ready to prove them wrong.
And listen, we can't let you go without talking about Manchester City. We have a little bit of to and fro, but you're on for a treble, and you've been calling for this treble for a long time.
Said it weeks ago, mate. Said it months ago, but I don't even know if I believed it myself. I just think we're in form at the right time. And I think we did have a little bit of a wobble early on. Arsenal looked like they were running away with it. Over the last few meets, we've just don't look like anyone could beat us, to be honest. And it's easy saying that now. I know it's a long way off. It's a long way off, and when you say it how it is, we're in the final of the FA Cup, semi-final of the Champions League. With the games in hand in the Premier League, it doesn't seem that far off, but it is. It's a long way off.
Champions League could be the year. Don't
want to say it, mate, but I think in the quarters, a few of my mates who were pleased were saying to us, you hope we get Chelsea, and I was saying, after last year, I'd love to give Madrid a beating. I'd love to give them a bit of a beating and be revenge, mate. It'd be nice. And I think this is the year. We've had the experience, we've had the heartbreak, we've had the last minute, we've had the VAR, and I just think this is the year it's all going to fall into place, I reckon.
So one last question: your prediction on the three teams going down?
Down. I don't know. That's a tough one. It's close. What is it like? Well, 1 or 2 points between.
I think there's 5 points between 7 teams.
Yeah. I don't know, mate. I don't know.
Come on. Okay. Do you reckon Everton will go down?
No.
Everton will stay up. What about Leeds? Do Leeds go down?
Everton have got Arsenal soon, aren't they? I think they might scrape some points from Arsenal, I reckon. Yeah, I do.
Sticking the knife in because you're playing them on Wednesday.
I do, mate, but I think over the last few seasons, I think they've had decent results against Arsenal, haven't they? And Arsenal's wheels are falling off, mate. I think the kind of inexperience of them is kind of getting to him, breaking point, and it's make or break for Everton, isn't it?
Well, I've got one prediction for you. Forest won't go down.
You reckon? You're putting money on it. I'm not a betting man, mate.
But I'll bet you a box of Jaffa cakes.
Aldi ones.
You love them, don't you?
Aldi Jaffa cakes and a pack of Titans, and you've got yourself a deal.
Right, deal. Well, listen, Brad, great to speak to you, mate, and we wish you the best for this camp. Hopefully you'll get out on that Eubank Smith card. That'd be really good for you, and we'll keep our eyes on you.
Nice one, Jonathan. Cheers, mate.